Hello, welcome to the Online Radio and Television Station. Here come the latest updates. In the afternoon session on May the 28th, the National Assembly listened to the presentation on 2018 state budget settlement and discussed online on some of the data. At the meeting, the Minister of Finance, tiếng, under the Prime Minister's authorization, presented a proposal to request the National Assembly to approve the 2018 state budget settlement. Accordingly, in 2018, the regional and international situations were complicated with both favorable and challenging factors. The economy faced many difficulties and challenges from the outside and still had many limitations and shortcomings from within. With the efforts and striving of both the political system, the business community, and the people of the country, the socio-economic situation in 2018 achieved comprehensive results, completing 12 out of 12 targets assigned by the National Assembly. In particular, the target of economic growth, GDP, reached 7.08%, the highest increase since 2011. Also at the meeting, Chairman of the Committee of Science, Technology and Environment of the National Assembly, Phan Xuân-Dũng, presented a report on explanation, acquisition and revision of the draft law, amending and supplementing a number of articles of the law on natural disaster prevention and control and the dike law. Discussing some issues about the draft law online, many delegates suggested the need to supplement some types of natural disaster, such as flood, high tide, tornado, subsidence, and wildfire by nature. Hello, welcome to the Online Radio and Television Station. Here comes the latest updates. In the afternoon session on May the 28th, the National Assembly listened to the presentation on 2018 state budget settlement and discussed online on some of the debatable issues about the draft law amending and supplementing a number of articles of the law on natural disaster prevention and control and the dike law. According to the Immigration Department, Vietnam has temporarily stopped the entry of foreigners to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic. The reopening of flights for foreigners entering Vietnam must follow the government's policy in each period before the development of the pandemic. The recently issued Resolution Number 79 is to restore the law amending and supplementing a number of articles of the law on entry, access, transit, and residence of foreigners in Vietnam taking effect from July the 1st. According to Decree Number 17, 2019, there are 35 countries with citizens in e-visas pilot program. At this time, our whole country has 16 land border gates and 9 sea border gates allowing foreigners to enter and access with e-visas. According to the Đồng Nai Statistical Office, the newly registered capital and the projects of increasing foreign direct investment (FDI) by the end of May 2020 reaches approximately 490 million USD, equaling 61.7% over the same period and 50% of the plan, in which there are 37 new projects with registered capital of 112 million USD, equaling 28.1% over the same period, and 48 projects attracted capital with additional capital of 386 billion USD, equaling 94.5% over the same period. Besides, the total domestic investment capital registered for granting certificates of investment, investment policies, and capital increase adjustment to May the 20th, 2020 is 15,350 billion Vietnam dong, up 129.3% over the same period, reaching 76.7% of the plan. With the information that citizens of 80 countries will be granted e-visas and that international border gates allow foreigners to enter and access with e-visas, many people question whether this means allowing foreigners to enter Vietnam when the outbreak of COVID-19 had not been completed. Leaders of the Department of Immigration Management, Ministry of Public Security confirmed that the issuance of e-visas for citizens of 80 countries is to concretize the amended law, the immigration law, not for foreigners entering Vietnam from July the 1st. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that countries need to be creative and find new ways of cooperation. Meanwhile, chairman of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, affirmed that the UN's goal of sustainable development with a vision to 2030 is important in the current context and that countries need to cooperate to reach the set goals. German Chancellor Angela Merkel and French President Emmanuel Macron said that the pandemic crisis could also turn into an opportunity for countries to recover quickly and fight global warming. Also, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called for debt reductions for all developing and middle-income countries during the outbreak of the COVID-19 and urged the International Monetary Fund to recover promoting global liquidity. About 50 leaders on May the 28th called on the world to cooperate and adapt to the new situation after the COVID-19 pandemic at the online United Nations meeting without the presence of three countries, the United States, China, and Russia. At a press conference on May the 28th, French Prime Minister Edouard Philippe assessed that the capital of Paris and the region of Île-de-France and two overseas territories, Mayotte and Iran, are having a complicated COVID-19 situation, showed in orange on the disease map. He emphasized from June 2nd, restaurants, bars, and coffee shops will reopen in all provinces. However, in areas shown in orange, temporary restrictions may be applied. Those who want to have lunch or dinner together can sit at the same table, but with a maximum number of 10 people. The distance between two tables of each group must be at least 1 meter. From June 2nd, people can travel freely in the country. However, traveling between France and overseas territories must undergo medical examination and isolation when necessary. That's all the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.